afternoon, everyone. My name is Noelena Natasha S76759. Today, I will explain about Chapter 8. This chapter focuses on how motivation theory can be applied effectively in a real environment to improve employee performance and satisfaction. One of the key frameworks we'll explore is the Job Characteristic Model (JCM) developed by Heckman and Oldham. This model explains how certain job features can influence motivation, satisfaction, and productivity. To better understand how this concept works in practice, the chapter presents a case study on JP Transport, a company currently struggling with high employee turnover. This high turnover has led to a decline in productivity and overall organizational performance. The case study highlights several strategies to improve motivation in the workplace, such as job redesign, flexible work arrangement, and employee involvement. Many positions at JP Transport lack important motivational factors like skill variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. By applying the characteristic model and redesign this job to include this key element, the company can enhance employee motivation, foster a stronger sense of purpose, and ultimately improve employee retention. In doing so, JP Transport can work together, creating an engaged, productivity, and satisfied workforce. This set the stage for a deeper discussion on how motivation theories can be practically applied to solve real organizational challenges.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and my metric number is S74690. The most effective way to increase employee motivation and reduce driver turnover is through job enrichment using the Job Characteristic Model or JCM. JCM focuses on improving job quality by increasing autonomy, skill variety, task significance, and feedback. This element boosts motivation from within, leading to higher satisfaction and lower turnover. For delivery drivers who often deal with repetitive tasks and limited decision-making power, enriching the job can significantly improve their experience at work. Now, why is job enrichment especially effective for drivers? Many feel unmotivated due to repetitive work, little control, and lack of feedback. Job enrichment helps by giving drivers more control over their schedules, chance to interact with customers, and clearer feedback. These changes help drivers feel trusted, valued, and more connected to the company's goals. This is supported by Herzberg theory, which say motivations come from meaningful work, and Maslow theory, which highlights the importance of self-esteem and growth. In the long run, this approach builds lasting engagement far beyond what short-term rewards can achieve.
So, I will be presenting on reducing driver turnover at JP Transport. As we all know, high turnover is a long-standing issue in the trucking industry. While our company increased driver salaries to address the problem, the results have been modest, which tells us that pay alone is not enough. Even with higher pay, JP Transport has only seen a small drop in turnover. This means we need a more holistic solution, one that looks beyond salary and focus on what really motivates our drivers to stay. Through feedback from current drivers, we discovered some key insights. Louis shared that being part of our community and feeling recognized keeps him motivated. Cameron expressed frustration about not being paid for time spent waiting at loading docks, time that counts against his regulated driving hours. These comments show that drivers value more than just money. They want appreciated, fairness, and better balance between work and personal life. To address this issue, we propose three key solutions. First, recognition and community. Programs like Driver of the Month, Service, Milestone Reward, and regular company updates help drivers feel seen and valued. Second, pay for non-driving hours. While we can't change federal and ELD rules, we can pay for dock time to show respect for drivers' total effort. 3. Flexible scheduling. Offering regional or alternative routes can reduce. So together, this action can increase motivation, reduce turnover, and build a stronger, more loyal driver's load.
Safety and inclusivity are also critical. Shelby's experience points to the challenges faced by women in a male-dominated environment. JP Transport should take action by promoting safety at truck stops, offering anti-harassment support, and developing mentorship programs for women. Creating a more inclusive and respectful culture will make the workplace more welcoming for all drivers. Furthermore, to combat the boredom and monotony mentioned by Terrell, the company should consider enriching the job by rotating routes, offering professional development opportunities, and incorporating gamification elements like rewards for same-drumming, efficient performance. This initiative can make the work more engaging and fulfilling. Lastly, mental health support and regular feedback channels are essential. Truck driving is an isolating profession, and providing counseling, stress management tools, and opportunities for drivers' input significantly improve well-being and morale. In conclusion, improving retention at JP Transport requires more than just a salary increase. By focusing on intrinsic motivators such as reconnection, fairness, inclusivity, variety, and support, the company can build a more loyal and motivated workforce, ultimately reducing the high cost of turnover.
Job redesign. A realistic solution for reducing turnover at JP Transport is feasible. First, the problem drivers are facing like unpaid wait time, rigid schedule, and safety concerns are internet and fixable. This will require changes the entire trucking industry, just better planning and policy. Second, JP Transport has the money to make it happen. They already spending big in salary and losing over $1 million each year turnover. Instead of just increasing pay, that money could go towards smarter, longer-lasting solutions like job redesign, and with leadership open to innovation, the timing is right. Third, other logistic companies have already done it successfully. They are paying drivers for all hours worked and using flexible scheduling apps. JP Transport doesn't need to start from scratch, just follow proven models. And of course, job redesign will not be easy. There are 3 challenges to consider on use job redesign to reduce turnover. Firstly, regulatory limits like ELD mandates and complexity of flexible scheduling can make job redesign harder to implement smoothly. Even well-intentioned changes must stay within federal safety regulation. Secondly, operational complexity may increase with new routing, scheduling, and compensation system. New system for flexible routes and pay structure requires time and progress update. Thirdly, cultural resistance. Long-time staff may be hesitant to keep change in routine, pay model, especially with compensation or scheduling routines, requiring careful change management. Diversity and inclusion efforts may face skepticism without strong internal support.
Now, I will explain how JP Transport can redesign its job to improve employee motivation and reduce turnover using the concept from GCM. There are many strategies proposed in the case study to achieve this goal. First, incorporate core GCM element. The first strategy is to incorporate the core element of the job characteristic model with the GCM into existing job rules. These elements include task variety, task identity, task significance, autonomy, and feedback. For task variety means providing employee with a range of different tasks to perform, making the job less repetitive and more interesting. Task identity involves giving employee the opportunity to complete a whole piece of work so they can clearly see their contributions. Second, task significant refer to making sure employees understand how their work impact others, which adds meaning to their roles. For autonomy, allow employees to have some control over how they perform their final work. Finally, feedback give employees information about their performance, helping them to improve by feel value. Adding this motivation element into the driver roles, JP Transport can make the job more engaging, boosting both motivation and job satisfaction. Over time, this will also help to reduce turnover as employees are more likely to stay with organization when they feel their work are meaningful or appreciated. Second, increase employee autonomy. Increased employee autonomy is a powerful motivator because it gives employees a sense of control and ownership over their work. At JP Transport, which is this case. This could be done by allowing drivers to have more input over their work schedule or even letting them choose preferred delivery routes where possible. When employees are trusted to make decisions, it not only improves their motivation but also builds confidence, responsibility, and engagement. With their roles, the autonomy make employees feel more respected and valued by their organization. For the third main strategy is the promotion meaningful engagement between the company and its employee. This goes beyond just job tasks. JP Transport should focus on building stronger relationship with its driver by listening to their concern and involving them in decision making when possible. Additionally, reducing excessive work hours and offering a more supportive work environment can make significant difference. When employees feel supported, fairly treated, and heard, their commitment to their organization naturally grows. By focusing on flexibility, fair treatment, and supportive leadership, JP Transport can create culture of meaningful engagement, leading to higher satisfactions and improved employee retentions.
In conclusion, the JP Transport case shows that money alone won't fix driver turnover. The real solution lies in job enrichment through the job characteristic model. By adding autonomy, feedback, and task variety, and supporting drivers through flexible scheduling and recognition, the company tackles the root cause of dissatisfaction. This approach aligns with motivation theories like Maslow's and Herzberg's, and in the long run, it builds a workforce that not just pay but also value, engaged, and loyal.